All right, guys, I'm back today with some blue worsted weight yarn, and I chose blue this time, so hopefully you can see the stitches better because we're now going to move on to a single crochet instead of just a foundation chain. So if you have not watched the very first video that I did on how to crochet, which is where I teach you how to actually get the thread or the yarn onto your hook and how to do chain stitches, then you want to go back and watch that one. And for those of you that have already watched it and you got that chain stitch down, we're now going to go ahead. You should at this time have your yarn, on your hook. I'm still working with the J hook. I want you to go ahead and put 10 chain stitches. So we're just going to go and yarn over, pull off, yarn over, pull off, yarn over, pull off. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I have 10 chains, and you can see this is the front, so it looks like little V's going down, okay? And then when I turn it on the back side, because you do want to make sure that you tell the difference between the front and the back. When I turn it on the back side, one second. I didn't invite them to the party. I didn't send for them, so they gotta wait. Okay, so here we go. So we're talking about the back side. So this is the back side. And as you can see on the back side, it looks like there's a line going down the middle of the V's, okay, which is what we call like the little butt, okay, but it looks like a straight line in between each one of the V's. That's the back, and then the one that has just the V's are the front. And if you count your V's, you should count 10, okay? If you don't count 10, then you did one too many or one too little. So make sure you have 10 chain stitches. What we're going to do now is with the V's, you have a left and a right side, which is called the front and the back, okay? We're gonna go in the side that's gonna be closest to your index finger here, okay? We're gonna go into that little loop of the V, just one loop of that V, and we're going to draw it up onto our crochet hook, which is going to give us 2 loops on our crochet hook, and then we're going to yarn over it, and then this time we're going to end up with 3 loops. We're going to pull 2 loops off instead of 1. I'm going to show you, and then you can try it. Okay, so still holding my continuous yarn. I'm right-handed, so I have my continuous yarn in my left hand, and then I'm working, holding everything else with my right hand because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, then you would be in the reverse. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and going into the very first chain, I'm going to pull under that very first chain. And that's going to give me 2 hoops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over like I would normally. Now I have 3 loops on my chain, and we're going to pull these 2 off so that we're only left with the continuous strand, okay? So we're just going to pull it over, and that's your first single crochet. Now you can see that there's like a big hole right here. We're going to skip that big hole because that's where we just did our first single crochet, and we're going to go down to the next V opening, which is here. So I'm going to try to open it up a little bit so you can see it. So this is the one we just came out of. Hold on. This is the one we just came out of right here. We're going to go to the one right below it, okay? So still you're pulling up the loop. You're pulling up the loop on the V side that's closest to your index finger. So let me try to hold it up here. I'm going and drawing up that V that was closest to my index. I'm pulling under. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull those 2 loops that were on the bottom off, okay? So I'm stretching this so you can see that big hole. I'm not going in that hole. That's where I just came from. I'm going into this one right below it, right here. Okay. So I want you to continue going into that V side, pulling it under, yarn over, and pull the 2 hoops off. So every time you do it, you're going to have that big hole, and that big hole is not where you're going. You're going into the smaller stitch right next to it or right under it, okay? So you're just going to go in, pull up 1 strand. So now I have two hoops, and then I'm going to yarn over it. I got to get my hands right here. I want to yarn over, and I'm going to pull those 2 stitches off, or the 2 loops off. And you're going to continue to go that same route. 1 strand, pull it under, yarn over, pull off 2. Go under, pull it under, yarn over, pull off 2. Go in that very last one, pull it under, yarn over. No strand got caught there, and pull off 2. So now what you're going to see is you now have 1 row of single crochet, which is on the top, and then on the bottom you have that foundation of 10 chains. So you have 10 chains, and then you have 10 single crochet. And basically what you're going to do now is now you can go under the entire V. You're not going to go under 1 loop of the V. You're going to go up under the entire V. So for every V, you should have 10. And if you hold it facing you, if you hold it with the V's facing you, and you count each V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 V's, okay? So what you're going to do is continue, but this time I'm going up under both loops. Okay, going under both loops of the V and pulling up, yarning over. You're going under both stitches of the V, pulling up, yarn over, pull off 2. Okay, I'm going under the entire V, pull it up, yarn over, pull off 2. Go under the entire V, pull the yarn up, yarn over, pull it off. Okay, same thing. So continue going under your V, pull the strand up, yarn over it, pull 2 off. Okay, so you can see there's that big hole again. You don't go in that hole, you're going under the V in front of it. Okay, so again, I'm going under the V, under both sides of the V now, and then I'm going to pull up a strand. Now I have 2 loops, yarn over. Now I have 3, pull the bottom 2 off. So you're going to continue to do that till you get down to the end. And again, you should end up with 10 single crochet. So now I now have, I'm going to turn it this way. I now have my strand of 10 chains, and now I have 2 rows of single crochet. Let's see if you can see it better. So I have 2 rows of single crochet, and then I have my 10 chain stitches. Okay, so you would continue to do this, guys, and I would say, you know, you got a little time on your hands, got some good TV shows coming on tonight, just sit and watch TV, because at this point you're going to continue to just go up under both sides of the V, not just one side. You're going under the entire V, yarning over and pulling off 2. Go under the V, yarn over, pull off 2. Go under the V, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull off 2. Same thing. So these are all single crochets that I'm doing and that you're doing. And when you get to the end, you just continue, you turn it, you flip it, and you just go back down the other side. So you can see that it's starting to form like a little square pattern. Okay, so normally people would take and they would make this, you can make it the size of like a cup holder. You could make it like the side of a cup holder, and then on the end you could put like a loop where you can hold it like that, but you would be able to put it down and sit your cup on top of it, or it could be one of the things that you use to pick up a pot holder. So I'm going to show you if I to do, I've shown you how to do a single. So I want you to practice doing that single. So let's go down one more time. So you're just going to go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. Go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. Go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull two off. Go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. Go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. Go under your V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. Under the V, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull two off. And you'll just keep going until you end up with 10 at the bottom. Okay, so there you go again. Now you have 3 rows of single crochet and of course your 10 chain stitches that started everything. Okay, so I want you to continue practicing. You can do 10 chains, you can go back and disassemble this and do your chain again so you can get good practice with that chain and how to get your, I'm showing you the easy way to, since we're in a virtual environment, of how to chain or to get your loop on here to start, but I'll show you once you get it down an easier way to do it, but this is the easiest way when you're working like we're having to do it. All right, but do your chain again or just continue to practice with your single crochets. Okay, if you end up and you don't have 10 stitches, it's no deal breaker. Okay, it's not a deal breaker. Just keep on, because all I want you to do is just to practice doing single crochets. So when I turn mine to the side like this, you see little V's. When I turn it to the side, you can see the little V's. Okay, and all you're doing with the single crochet is you're going directly under both V's. You're going under that V and you're pulling up a loop. That's all you're doing. Yarning over and pulling off 2. And I just want you to keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing, because I'm going to show you how, some simple things that you can make with what I'm showing you right now. I'll show you some simple things that you can make just to kind of get you a little bit of a foundation with crocheting and how it's done, because it's really easy, guys. It's not hard at all. It's a lot of different methods that we could do, but I only want you to focus on a chain, foundation, and then going in and just doing single crochets for right now. Okay, that's all I want you to work on. So it'll just end up being like a little flat surface like this for as long as however long you want to go. You see people, they do scarves. That's how you start out with your scarves. And you make it, to go all the way around your neck, to wrap however many times. You make it as long as you want it, as thick as you want it, And then when you get fancy, you could do other stitches. So I showed you how to do a single crochet. And then, if a person, wanted to do a double crochet, I'm going to show you how they would do a double crochet. So now you see I have 4 hoops. I'm going to yarn over and pull off 2, and then I yarn over and pull off 2. And again, I end up with one stitch or one hoop on my crochet hook. Okay, so we're just going to start out with just doing a single crochet right now. And once we learn how to make something with this pattern, then we will then move on to something else, because the ultimate goal is to get you comfortable so I can show you. And my thread is twisted there, yarn is twisted, so I can show you how to do the doll head. Now the doll head that I'm going to show you, the doll head keychain that I'm going to show you, it's not going to be as detailed as the one I'm about to show you now, but it's going to be similar. Okay, it'll be something that if you have a little girl in your family, that you would be able to gift them, or you can just keep it for yourself as a reminder of when you didn't know how to crochet and Doris taught you. So I just did a row of double crochets, and you can tell the difference between the double and the single. Okay, it's a longer stitch than the single was. So sometimes when people want a larger stitch and they want to get done quicker, you know, they increase the type of stitch that they're doing. But I'm going to show you guys how to make a doll head keychain. So it's going to be something like this, not as detailed, because I'm going to have you use button eyes, because otherwise it would take an in-person class for me to show you how to do a face like this. And I'll even show you how to get the hair, you know, in this pattern. And then I just threw a little thing around, but the lips are all crocheted yarn. The eyes are all crochet yarn. And then I threw some big hoops on her. And then I added a little key chain holder here where you can put the keys on there. And she's filled with fiber fill. Okay, so I will show you, and you can get creative and do different colors of these little things right here, but they would be cute little Christmas gifts. Okay, and I will show you how we can get started with this, because definitely this is a circle, this is round compared to what I'm starting you out on, but I need you to understand how to do a single crochet, because this is all single crochets just done in the round. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But that's it for today. Continue. Again, if you have not watched the video on the first video on how to crochet, go back and watch it. It's going to give you some really good information. I don't want you to miss anything. But go back and watch that first, and then come back to this video so you can go right into doing your single crochets. Don't worry about the double crochet. I was just, you know, being fancy. But just helping you understand there's other stitches out there besides just a single crochet. But we're just going to work on a single crochet, maybe to make two projects, something simple like a pot holder. And then once we get that, then we'll move on to the doll head keychain. Okay, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you are a member of my Facebook group, Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, then thank you guys for being a member of our group. And if you're not a member, then please join us on Facebook. Again, Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. I don't just talk about crochet. I do all types of crafts. And if you have not seen or been to my YouTube channel, you can find me on YouTube at Doris Edwards. And hit the bell notification in the top right-hand corner and make sure you subscribe so that you'll be notified anytime I do videos. And I normally do about 1 to 2 videos a week or more. And I upload them to video and also to the Facebook group. All right. Well, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If there was anything unclear about this video, then please reach out and let me know so that I can help you. As always, each one reach one so that each one can teach one. You guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.